on Astro's Dev Log. After a month away from the log, Astro returned with a large variety of updates. Project 256 had several developments, both visual and mechanical. Meanwhile, his cosplay project entered into its final stages as he searched for the rules for the upcoming competition. As the last entry ended, Astro revealed several goals he'd hoped to have tackled before the end of August. For Project 256, he aimed to have a visually complete AI and made progress on the soundtrack. For his cosplay, nothing short of the complete construction and painting of the all-new parts to the Astro-Drifter suit. With these ambitious goals laid out, it's time to see what Astro has managed to do since last time. And spoiler alert, things are about to get a little rocky.
Let's do some contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they
It's a new and strange environment at first. Just suddenly finding yourself in orbit.
You got speed, Jonathan.
All right, lift off and the clock has started. Yes, sir. Reading it loud and clear.
Four computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Discovery Houston, I've got a good picture of Steve. Discovery, going throttle.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Now playing entry number 16.
Hello, everybody. My name is Astro-Drifter. Welcome back to, what's this thing doing here? I don't know who put this here, but when I get my hands on the jerk who's leaving things on my intro screen, they'll have to breathe through a straw for the rest of their life. Where am I? Oh no. Oh no. No. I do not have time for a Backrooms episode right now. Kane? Hello? Kane, I know you can hear me. Let me out of here. I have stuff to do. Well, this is just great. How am I going to do a devlog now? Although it looks like the recording stuff came down here with me, so maybe I'll just... screw it. Hello, everybody. My name is Astro-Drifter, and besides being trapped down in the Sea of Manila, things have been a little rough since last time. Last time you saw me, I mentioned my workplace was giving me some trouble. Well, that hasn't really changed. So I haven't really accomplished a whole lot. But, nonetheless, I'd like to share what I've got. So, let's get on with it. Because something tells me I don't want to be down here for too long. So I can still use transitions down here. Interesting. Anyway, let's see. Just one second. Let me find a good spot for this. Okay, I think this is as good of a spot as any. This feels weird. You know what? Maybe this will help. Give me a second. There we go. Much better. What was I doing again? Right, so one quick, small thing. I sort of had to do another course from Zigguris. I've been reviewing my C# notes like I mentioned previously, but there's really no substitute for actually writing code. And since at that point it'd been over a month since I'd actually coded anything, I thought it was in my best interest to give another course a shot. So I decided to try one of the smaller videos he's done, the Fruit Ninja course. You remember Fruit Ninja, right? That one game where you slice the food and that's pretty much it? Yeah, that one. I will say, I got some pretty good results. Though I can't say I really learned anything new, the course suited my needs pretty well, so I, of course, would still recommend it. Not that that comes as any surprise, Zigguris' courses are always top quality. A link to that video will be in the description if you are interested in trying it yourself. Now then, Project 256. Last time, I told you I wanted to finish an AI from the top to bottom, right? Well, that basically didn't happen. Like, at all. However, I did manage to come up with a solution for the platforms. Last month I had an issue with the player being able to see outside of the map. Well, check this out. I added a lightweight fog effect that completely solves the problem. Originally, I was going to use particle effects to hide the gaps, but I was afraid that was going to hurt performance, so I shied away from it. I also made a few assets for the ceilings, including what I'm calling the discharger, which marks where the enemies spawn. I'm still working on most of them, but my goal is to add just a little extra flavor to the hallways to make them seem less uniform. The other thing I mentioned last time was that I was working on the soundtrack. Unfortunately, I still don't have anything to share with you other than these screenshots. To make a long story short, I actually decided to completely redo the part of the soundtrack that plays while the player is searching for fuel. While I think what I had last month was good in its own way, it just didn't seem to fit the purpose I made it for. It was too energetic or too dynamic to work well as background music. So the newer version I'm working on takes a more subtle approach than the first version, while also keeping its character. I'm actually making quite a lot of progress on that one, and maybe by next time, I'll have something to share. And yeah, that does it for Project 256. Yeah, like I said, I really don't have a lot to share this month. Sorry, guys. But let's hop over to this adjacent wall so I can tell you what I've finished cosplay-wise. So first off, despite the temps remaining at I hate you burn, I still managed to get everything painted. For the longest time, I was having problems with one of my new gauntlets, but I managed to sort things out by applying a protective layer of polyacrylic, polyurethane's up-and-coming little brother. Fingers crossed, everything should be good to go. Though, I can't say I'm done yet. I still have to touch up some older parts and sort out some minor issues with the new ones. But construction, what I consider the longest and most difficult part, is completely finished. Now we just have to hope that everything holds up long enough to make it to the competition. Speaking of which, I finally managed to find the rules for the contest. As it turns out, I was just too early. They hadn't posted the rules until this month. Oops. Anyways, it looks like my suit falls within all the requirements, so it's full steam ahead. Am I nervous? Yes. Am I excited? You bet. Do I feel a weight on my shoulders that seems to get heavier and heavier with every passing day until it will ultimately destroy me and crush my bones into dust? Perhaps. But hey, I didn't come this far to give up now. The only thing is, apparently it's recommended to write a build book for the competition, which I've never done before. A build book is basically a document that shows your process of making your cosplay. You know, to prove you actually made it. I wonder if I can just throw my devlog at the judges and call it good. Probably not. Something tells me they wouldn't appreciate that. Hello, judges. I think you'll find everything you need to know right here. Oh. Huh. Well, shit. Anyways, I'll have to put something together and get registered. And then pray that nothing comes crashing down on top of me. And that covers everything. Tell you what do you say we try and find a change of scenery? You know, before we move on to the next section? I hear this place has excellent pools. See? Isn't this a nice change of pace? Honestly, all things considered, this place isn't so bad. It's actually quite tranquil. Although, I don't recommend getting into the water. It's got a funny smell, and it is not from the chlorine. Anyways, my goals for next month are pretty much the same as they were for this month. So, that's a complete visual makeup of at least one AI, shareable soundtracks, and finalizing my cosplay for Anime NebraskaCon 2025. I'll be honest, I totally dropped the ball on the AI thing this month, but I still have high hopes for next month. Well, that was easy. This section feels really short. I guess that's what happens when nothing happens. Anyhow, let's get out of here. The vapors are starting to fog up my visor. Well, hot damn. This one was a bit on the short side. I wish I had more to share, but I just don't. I've been so wiped out this month. I will say there is some good news. Things seem like they're starting to lighten up, so maybe I can finally get back to my original pace and finish the year strong. Otherwise, it may be time to seek employment elsewhere. Nah, just kidding. I'm not about to brave those waters. Though my heart does go out to anyone that is. Anyways, all that said, thanks for checking in on me. If you liked this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. You can also find me on TikTok, where I post short-form content, and Blue Sky, where I post smaller updates and screenshots. Links to those will be in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching. This is AstroDrifter, signing... Guys, what the hell is... Oh my god, what the hell?